Hey all, Michael Lunsford here, Citizens for a New Louisiana. And look, many of you don't know this about me, but I have a computer programming background. Since I was a kid, I was programming on little computers, getting them to do things. And I continue to use that here at Citizens for New Louisiana. The best example I have is the voting scorecard we created for the Lafayette Consolidated Government. For the previous cycle, it was for 4 years of voting and how they voted on various things from taxes to drag queen story time and other things. And you can actually go in and see who each member of the council voted most like, what other member they were similar to. It's really cool. If you haven't checked it out, it's the scorecard that we have on our website. It's probably in one of the drop-down menus up top. People haven't looked at it in a while because we have a new council now. But anyway, so check it out, and it gives you a feel for some unique programming that I've done. So check it out. Now, the reason I bring that up, there's a lot of chatter right now about voting machines and election integrity. And so if you understand programming, you understand process to get things done and how a computer thinks and how a computer does things, it will help you through other issues. It'll help you through figuring out voting machines. It'll help you figure out election integrity, things like that. So what I wanted to talk to you about is there are not just 3 voting machine vendors out there that we have to call upon to do things. We actually, I think the state of Louisiana has the power to do voting machines themselves. And the example I'm going to give will probably shock some of you. Here, let's go on the road and let's go check it out. So here it is. I'm at a gas station voting for my favorite candidates. You see how this works? Now, obviously, if this were an election, you would have a card that had the names of people or the issues at play here. But the thing is, I can mark the space I want. I don't even have to fill it in like a bubble. It's just you scratch it and it's there. And I hand this to the clerk and they give me a receipt to keep for myself. So I'm back and I got this great receipt to show, hey, this is what you voted for. Now, in an election situation, they probably wouldn't give you a receipt showing that you voted, but you get your sticker or you get some other method of confirmation that you voted. What's more important now, they normally would keep your election card there for your paper backup, which I think is important. The guy at the station was nice. He let me take mine with me. But you would leave this behind. They would scan it. You would get a receipt showing that you had voted. I don't think they're going to put the candidates on it just for security reasons, but there it is. Baton Rouge now knows exactly who I voted for, what ticket numbers I selected. And what's funny about this is the clerk, I don't buy lottery tickets. That's not my thing. The clerk had to show me how to do this, but it's pretty simple. Once you get the hang of it, you just scratch off what you want. Works great. You get a receipt showing that you did it. Now, remember, what happens when someone wins? Well, it comes on the news, hey, the Circle K at the corner of Main Street and 3rd Street, whatever that is, they won the lottery. So they don't know who won, though. They just know that someone voted at that location and they win the prize. So it's secure because, or it's private at least, you don't know who voted how. Even with the lottery, that's the idea. We're using the lottery system to vote. Nobody knows who voted which way. It's secure. How do we know? Because we're dealing with hundreds of millions of dollars. And guess how many times the lottery system has been hacked and compromised and has lost hundreds of millions of dollars? You know, I'm not sure that it's ever happened. It's never made the news if it has. So is it secure? Is it private, confidential? I would say yes, that it is. The best part about this, 8 o'clock, when the polls close, Baton Rouge already has all the results. They just push a button and it says tabulate. We're done. We now know who won every election in the state at 8 p.m., and that includes Orleans Parish, which can't seem to finish counting the simplest election until 2 or 3 in the morning, I guess. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Well, this is terrible because it's connected to the internet or all this. You know what? It doesn't even matter if the tabulation machine on election day is connected to the internet. Why? Because tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, hey, thank y'all for all your hard work today. Go home. I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. We'll call it 10 a.m. because, you worked late. Come in at 10 a.m. We'll do the same thing. We'll have the donuts. We'll have the coffee. We'll have everything for you. Then we're going to have a separate machine. All of these tickets are still here. We're going to scan them in. They've been locked up overnight. We're going to scan them in again and make sure that what this machine tabulated is the same that the paper says was voted on. That is how we certify our election. Not on the tabulation from the night before, on the manual machine that says scan, okay, here's the votes, here's the tabulation, this is the history. Oh, look, it's a perfect match. We certify the election. It's not a perfect match, but we're going by the paper, not by the tabulation from the previous night. And again, separate vendor. So there's no chance for them necessarily to communicate and to conspire to change an election because they're two totally different machines. Also, the audit machine is not connected to the internet. It's just a scanner. It just tells you how the votes went. And as you scan, it tells you back, it reads you back the numbers. That's how we know who actually won. The certification doesn't happen that night when they collect everything. The certification happens a week or two later. So this, I think, is a perfect way and a perfect example of how we can vote with technology we already have and not necessarily spend $100 million. What do you think? Comment, tell me what you think. Find the loopholes, because like I said, I'm a programming guy. I'm not seeing that this is going to be hackable. I'm not seeing it. And I get the whole internet thing, connecting the internet, not connecting the internet, but I tell you what, the benefit to being some type of a connection is that we get the results at 8 p.m. and we can go to bed. We don't have to stay up till midnight or 3 in the morning waiting to find out who won.